Right, so that's Seven Keshi and Yaya. Let's talk about the women very quickly. Women are complaining. Before we talk about the controversy around whether Mike should have won or Yaya should have won. Mimi, the women are not in the picture.
You know, I did make that comment yesterday, actually, to someone. Why maybe we should have more attention on women's football, you know, and just to see more women who are making a difference in the game. Even having Aisha Johansson, for example, who just got voted as the president of the Sierra Leonean FA, I would have thought maybe at least having her there on the panel would have been great, just to let people know women's football is there. And people are watching women's football. You know, the World Cup's coming up, the qualifiers are happening, the under 20 as well, you know, they're playing tomorrow, Nigeria playing, and so I'm surprised that there weren't more women in there, and maybe that's something that needs to be looked into in the future.
Under the year that's 2013, the year under review, Yemi, the women didn't really, I'm not trying to vote for CAF, but yeah. I mean, you ask anybody who should have won something. 2013, the year under review, you hardly can
when nothing is happening.
We didn't play any African tournament. We didn't play the World Cup. We didn't play. We know we have women who play in foreign leagues. We know we have leagues running across the African continent. But are they well monitored for us to be able to identify the outstanding players, Yemi?
They're not, and that's the problem, because what yardstick would you, how would you measure?
Must you give an award for the sake of giving
an award? Even though this is the first time, there's really, when the guys are getting theirs, the ladies are not getting them. It looks like an anomaly, but I hope it will be rectified. I hope it will be sorted out. But 2013, the way the year was, it was always going to be hard, because if you look at the calendar, nothing really happened. So apart from maybe qualifiers here and there, and it's really very hard to rate players just based. If there were tournaments, age grade tournaments, the senior level tournaments, then you could rate, especially because it's an African awards. So you want to rate players on how well they perform on the continent. Although a lot of people will argue that it looks like Africa's best player is European best player, but that's an argument for another day. But I think that explains why the ladies were
I think the challenge for the technical committee of CAF is that now we have to turn our eyes to our African ladies who are playing in the European leagues and monitor how well they're performing.
Exactly.
Because you cannot say there wasn't any football in the year under review. There was football, not on the African continent, but the African ladies were playing.
Yes.
And it wouldn't be fair for the year to just go without recognizing any one of those ladies, particularly if they've been outstanding for their different clubs. So I think the challenge for CAF, technical committee of CAF and the media committee, is to monitor women playing in foreign leagues, particularly where there's no competition on the African continent or there's no World Cup that you will use as a yardstick to pick the outstanding players.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you're looking at the players, the male players, you're looking at national and international. So why not do the same as well for women?
All right, let's go to the controversial part of the awards. Yemi, Mikel, for the first time, I'm not sure CAF has done this before. Immediately after the awards were announced, they came out with a breakdown of how every nation voted.
They knew there was going to be an outcry. So they just wanted to show us, look, there was no rigging. We didn't try to do anything wrong here. See how the people voted. And
every single country.
This is how we got to where we got. So this is why your boy, they picked the award. Like you said, I mean, the moment I was looking at Sunday Lisa's face, by the time I was going to announce, I saw his smile. By the time he said, and the winner is, that smile disappeared. And I was coming, I knew it. I wasn't good. Because, I mean, the joy, it was bubbly, it was lively, all the moment he was saying. But the moment he said, it got to, and the winner is, took a look, smile disappeared, and it was good.
I actually thought was, for me, it wasn't that moment. For me, it was just seeing Nigeria pick up award after award after award. And I started to think,
the big
does that mean that the big one is not going to go to Nigeria? So,
anyway, for those of you who have not seen it, if you go onto CAF's website, you will see the breakdown of how every nation voted. And at the end of it, you will see that it was landslide victory for Yaya Toure. He had 373 points, and Mikel, that finished second, had 265 points, over 100 points difference between Yaya and John Mikel Obi. So it wasn't as close
As we thought.
as we were anticipating.
Yes.
But and a lot of people are reading a lot of different theories. We've been robbed again. No, captains and coaches will vote for the players and the award winners. I know for these 2 awards, for the African player based in Africa and for the main one. So I don't know how we can explain and educate people that there's no, politics, there's no conspiracy. It's just that the votes didn't go your way.
Simple.
That's why some people don't like elections and voting.
Well, yeah, but that's why they needed to publish that, because Nigerians, I'm sure, were asking, hold on a minute, Nigeria won the African Cup of Nations. Mikel was a big part of that. He was exactly with Chelsea. You could see the leadership. Yes, you could see the leadership. Yeah, and he scored even in the Confederations Cup, if you remember. So Nigerians like, why did Mikel not get it? So they had to publish that, so that I don't know if it can maybe appease that uproar a little bit.
Because sometimes conspiracy theories sell more in this part of the world. Before you know it, people start saying some things about CAF, paint a bad picture about them. But I think this equals whatever tensions that people have, and you now understand why Yaya Toure emerged as the winner. It was no conspiracy anywhere. Those who voted felt Yaya Toure was better.
All right, let's quickly go to Twitter and read a few of your comments. A whole lot of persons on Twitter. Are they really watching sports tonight or watching Mimi?
I'm sure they didn't say that to her.
Okay, let me try and look for the sports-related tweet here. And May Gary Peter says, the Glo CAF Awards, I think Yaya Toure deserves it. Better luck for Mikel in December. We said it, the 2014 edition will be holding in December. So let's hope that we do well at the World Cup and then carry that influence up till December. Really Daniel says, was Mikel at the awards? Mikel was there.
Yes.
Yeah, Mikel was there. When he lost it, I told him, better luck next time as well.
How did he take that?
He took it well.
Okay.
He took it well.
Well, that's good.
I told him, better luck next time. The challenge is for you to go, help us to the World Cup, stay fit, help us to the World Cup, and
surpass your achievements.
And he's done well to be recognized. It's the first time that he's been shortlisted. So I think he's had a fantastic 18 months. So we should look to the future and, just as you said, just surpass his achievements.
Yeah. Omo TJ Den says Mikel was meant to win. Toure said Mikel deserved it. That's just the politics of a winner.
Yeah.
Don't rub it in.
But you could see him, though. You saw when Yaya Toure was announced, you could see he was a bit hesitant going up on stage, and he had a bit of a somber look because he knows that the public were wondering why Mikel didn't get that award. I could see that. I thought I could see that anyways when he was on stage. I don't know what you think.
Even with his comments, he said he knew it was close. He didn't come here expecting to win.
No.
He's happy that he won. But he didn't come here expecting to win because a lot of African players played well. He mentioned Mikel, mentioned his compatriot Didier Drogba, and even said some other Nigerian players, probably referring to Vincent Nyama and Emenike. So he wasn't expecting to win, but it was just being magnanimous. It was always going to be Yaya Toure on the strength of what he does, and people will tell you the impact. If you take out Mikel from Chelsea, you take out Yaya Toure from Manchester City, just look at the impact. That explains it. 13
goals so far in the season in all competitions.
Huge.
He creates chances. He scores goals. So
it's complete.
It's a complete
player. Wins the ball.
All right, this tweet is for Mimi. MT Creations. I'm sure you know them. At M-Tubes Creations says, we're seeing you from London.
Yes,
all right.
I do know them.
So your guys are watching you.
Hello, guys.
They're watching you. And Adeshope says, okay, Mimi is mixing it with the big guns.
That's my colleague at the shop.
All right. So it's telling everybody to tune in. Yeah, they can watch you online. And you can watch us actually from any part of the world. Someone wants to find out, is any money attached to these awards? It's the prestige of being Africa's best.
Absolutely.
There are some things, far more valuable than money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
It's an honor to be recognized by your continent. If you're serving
by
a country,
continent.
Exactly, you're serving a country and then your continent is recognizing you. There's no greater honor than that, I think, as a football player.
As good as the Glo CAF Awards 2013 was, he says it was so poor, the women were not awarded, and He's talking about CAF members who are women. We do not have a woman on the CAF executive committee. Maybe they should borrow relief from FIFA, who are to co-opt a few women.
But this is why I suggested Aisha Johansson. Now,
The Sierra Leonean?
Yes, now
create some room for the women.
Now she's the only serving female president of an FA at the moment. Burundi lost her seat.
Yeah.
So it would have been great. That's why I said it just as a gesture, symbol, having a woman there, at least have been there to give in one of the awards. That would have been nice, I think.
Someone is asking us to read the criteria for the awards. No criteria. Coaches and captain just vote. And if you look at the trend, people will always vote those from their countries.
Yeah.
Ghana, for example, will always vote Asamoah as the best.
Yeah.
And for us, we had
It was
about
always
five Nigerians. So they had to split it.
Yes, it was, yes.
So that could also be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, Enyema is one as well that even in Europe with Lille, he's doing fantastically well. He's one of, for me, he's one of the best African goalkeepers, in my opinion, that we have. So it's been very tough for Nigeria to shortlist who to get that award or who to be nominated.
All right, so I think we should pause a little bit on the tweet, because if we go on reading all of this, we may not be able to do any of that thing on sports tonight. But unfortunately, this is also where we will ask Mimi to take a leave. Mimi, we enjoyed you.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure our viewers also enjoyed you.
I hope they did, and I had fun.
Yemi enjoyed you as well. Everyone enjoyed your program.
Thank you for letting me be in the middle of you two. So thank you.
So you will always come again?
Absolutely. Next time I'm in town.
All right. So we'll go on a quick break now. When we switch gears, we'll be talking about the African Nations Championship starting tomorrow in South Africa. So let's bring you highlights of one of the friendly games that the Chan Eagles played before they traveled out. That was the friendly they played against Ethiopia. When we return, Mimi will leave. Sisi will be joining us on Sports Tonight. Join us again.